Hi. So today I'm gonna lay out the me today's considerations about the immediate moment. And the reason is because I've been somewhat mulling around in this idea of ultimate time and what is the meaning of my entire lifetime and what will be my ultimate fate and what will be my destiny. And seems rather abstract and omnipresent, omnipotent, but something that I recently believe in is that with something like life that animates the flesh and animates all life, there's something very immediate about it, as well as something very profoundly defining about life. And the example I will use is breathing, because if we do not breathe in sequence with every breath, there's a it's not long before you die. Like it's very easy to die if you can't breathe. And that just covers the physical aspect of this life, this fate, this destiny. But covering the so-called dimensional, the multi-dimensional aspect of our minds, and that there is a correct method and way to keep our minds clean, let's say, not unlike how we keep our human physical bodies clean by showering every day. I I firmly believe that we have to do a beingness sort of cleansing, say through self-forgiveness specifically, every single day. And and okay, so here goes. Some of the mental aspects that I consider about when I'm breathing with each breath include um, a bowing down to the internal and external environments that I find myself in. And this bowing down is essentially like listening to a person finish their thought, which could consist of a paragraph of words, and then making sure that I'm not reacting. And if I do react, to let go of the reaction, and in that symbolic way, bow down to the person in front of me. And there is a underlying assumption of faith that there is something that the other person knows that I don't know. And my interaction with another person is like the question of what can I learn from the person in front of me? And I find that is a rather healthy approach to relationships, but at the same time, I have had experiences where uh, I be myself, and the self that I am doesn't gel with the other person, and eventually they find a reason to break off the relationship. And that's around the theme of the courage to be disliked. Like, everyone is on a quest to know themselves, and it's not like I never rejected another person at all ever. So from that perspective, like, let the cookie crumble the way it crumbles. Let let the dust settle where it may, sort of deal. And I haven't forgotten. We're talking about mental considerations in every breath. And another thing that I'm practicing in is to be calm, to live the word calm. And it's not like something to like soothe myself, but rather uh, a different way of understanding calm is like, if I must self destruct emotionally and feel doomed, I would make a decision to do it slower, do it slowly. And that, in a way, is alluding to applying self forgiveness. And um, calm also encompasses that sort of feel of whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm encountering and interacting with, I calm down. I slow down. I do things slower than what I'm doing it right now and what I'm understanding right now. Like, slow down the pace. And a last point that I want to share about immediate considerations in every breath is this concept that you're not supposed to avoid what you avoid and be attracted to what you're attracted to. Like, what you're attracted to, investigate to understand yourself and the thing and who you are in it. But what you avoid, um, what you detest, what you are disgusted by, what you are afraid of, what you fear. Like, for example, I fear my own moments when I feel doomed. And the correct approach is not to give force to this action of fearing it and separating myself from it. Like, when it happens in real time, I have to amalgamate with it, for lack of a better word, and I have to understand it and what the the habits of mine that interfere with my practical living, my utmost potential of practical living. I have to investigate, especially when things are not so hectic. with reactions, and I have the time and space to measure it out for myself and see for myself what can be done. And it's easier said than done, but um, yeah, that's a concept that I recently learned, which is investigating especially what you hate and dislike and avoid and fear, so that theoretically, when you encounter it again, you know who you are with it, in relationship to it. And that has been a rather powerful lesson that I learned along the way. And that's a wrap. Yeah, that's about the gist of what I consider every time I breathe, which is all the time. Yeah, thanks. Bye.